Imagine a world without variety, without choices. How would you feel if you had to rely on the same set of clothes for every type of weather and every occasion? Or if you had to build a house without a variety of tools, materials, and skills? In the case of food systems, variety isn't just a luxury. It's fundamental to our ability to survive. As the climate changes and new pests and diseases emerge, farmers and scientists need all the options they can get. That's where we come in. We're CGIAR, the world's largest network of public agriculture research centers, and an important part of our work is running gene banks, or biodiversity centers, that preserve and share crop diversity.
We conserve it not for the sake of conservation. We conserve it first so that they become the food for this generation and also the future generation. We also do some research to understand the way they are structured, if they have some interesting gene for climate change, some interesting nutritional value, so that they can be exploited and used to respond to food security issue in the world.
Under CGIAR, there are 11 gene banks situated across the globe in diversity hotspots, and hundreds of people collaborating every day to preserve both the quality and quantity of the world's food supply. But we do so much more than just storing seeds and plants for some future disaster.
We also assure that this material can be given back to the farmers free of diseases, so they can continue conserving in situ and using this diversity that has been so important for them for the past decades and centuries, maybe.
In addition to direct use in farmers' fields, these materials can be used by scientists to develop new varieties that might answer their specific regional challenges.
This is such an underexplored and valuable resource that at the moment is not really used as broadly as it could be used.
Seeds and plant materials stored at our gene banks can be distributed to anyone who needs to use them for research, education, and breeding. Last year alone, CGIAR sent out more than 200,000 samples across the globe.
This is like a library, genetic library to choose from to address future challenges of food security in agriculture.
Take, for example, cassava. It's rich in minerals and provitamin A, and one of the most important staples for many countries in Africa. While the brown streak virus is decimating East African cassava harvests, our network of researchers have identified a single variety held in our Colombian gene bank that is naturally resistant to the disease, offering hope to millions of farmers and consumers. Gene bank materials have also been used to develop crop varieties that avoid other threats: rice that can withstand extreme floods, drought-resilient maize, and potato varieties that are resistant to late blight, the most damaging disease for potato crops. And while the Svalbard Global Seed Vault has backups of crops that can be stored as seeds, some of the most important crops, like cassava, potato, sweet potato, and bananas, are more complicated to store. These clonal crops are generally stored as plants in the field, or plantlets in test tubes, but that means entire collections have to be regenerated frequently, making for intensive and costly work. This is where cryopreservation comes in, a well-established technology from the medical world. For plants, tiny growing shoots can be stored in liquid nitrogen at temperatures of -196 degrees Celsius, freezing life for much longer.
This cryopreservation is a game changer for the conservation of the clonal crops because it doesn't require the constant manipulation of the plants. It allows us to conserve this diversity for centuries.
It's with technology like this that treasures held in gene banks can help bring diversity back into our fields and onto our plates.
To know that we are supporting the farmers who were the first scientists who domesticated these crops, making it available for people globally to help them fight against malnutrition and hunger. It really satisfies us at the end of the day to know that we are doing the work for our species.
By supporting gene banks and exploring the solutions they offer, you can play a part in making our food systems more diverse, nutritious, and sustainable.
you.